Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the lesson number 1, that is crop production and the management from the grade 8. Okay. In this topic is totally related to the agriculture. Okay. How we will take the crops and how we will what are the practices for taking the crops. Okay. And we will also how it will be management after whatever you are getting after harvesting what you are getting the food material and how it will be management. All that points to be covered and discussed in this topic. Okay, example here we will see you have learned that the all living organism require the food. Everybody knows that all living organisms require the food material. For the what purpose they require the food material? For doing any activities, for surviving, for getting the energy also. The plants can make their own food, okay, themselves by the process of the photosynthesis. Can you recall how the green plants synthesize? Best way because of the photosynthesis. Okay. Their own food. Animal including human can not make their own food. So where do animal get their food? For example, plant they can prepare their own food. But in case of the animals, humans, okay, they do not prepare their own food. So where do animal get their food? Okay. But first of all, why do we have to eat food? Because for doing any type of activities we require the energy, and the energy is supplied by the food items. Okay, we already know that the energy from to the food utilized by the organism for the carrying out their different various body functions, such as the what are the body functions that, for example, digestion, respiration and excretion. We get our food from to the plants, animals, or both, sometimes plant also and the animal also. In order to provide the food for a large population in our country also, the huge population is present, and to provide food we require the food production also, and for that purpose agriculture is required, because to fulfill our needs, fulfill our food requirement, we have to plant the trees and we will get the food. The regular production, proper management and distribution is necessary. The first is point here, the agricultural practices. What is by agricultural practices here? During, suppose you can take any crop, okay, and for that taking crop we require different type of the activities, from right from to the prepare of the soil and up to the storage. What are their activities? That all activities we call it as agricultural practices. Okay. When the plants, here is a important definition is here. What is the crop here? When the plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called as a crop. Okay, underline this sentence. When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale is called as a crop. For example, the crop wheat means that all plants grown in a field that are called as a of the wheat. Suppose you are taking a large area and you are cultivated the same kind of the plant, for example wheat, that called as a wheat field. You already know that the crops are different type. There are different type of the crops, like the cereals, for example wheat, then the maize, then the jawar, etc. Then the vegetables and the fruits also. These can be classified on the basis of the season in which they grow. They are all the plants, all the food materials, when you are taken on the basis of, they are classified into the two patterns. One is the Rabi crops and the Kharif. We will discuss later. Okay, India is a vast country. The climatic condition also different, temperature different, humidity different, rainfall different. On the basis of that, we are taking different type of crops in a different area in our country, region to region, according to the their rich variety of the fruit grown in different parts of the country. Despite this diversity, two broad crop patterns are available. How can be divided into the identify? One is the Kharif crop, okay, and second is the Rabi crop. In a Kharif crop, when you call the Kharif crops, the crops which are sown in a rainy season, okay, are called as the Kharif crops. And in our country, the rainy season in India generally from to the June to the September. Okay. For example, which crops we are taken in the Kharif crops? The paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and the cotton are the Kharif crops. These are called as a, why it is called as Kharif crop? Because that are taken into the rainy season. Then the second pattern, that is the Rabi crops, the crops grown in the winter season. For example, in our country, the winter season is from October to the March, are called as Rabi crops. Example, of the Rabi crops are the wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed, etc. According to that, suppose when you are taking the in a rainy season, we call it as a kharif crops. When you are taking in winter season, we call it as a Rabi crops. Different examples are given in your textbook also. Then beside these pulses and vegetables are grown during the summer at many places. Then the also some in summer season also pulses and vegetable also grown in many places. Okay. Second point, one point. Second point is the basic practices for crop production. There are different activities takes place during the crop production. What are suppose practices there are taken in the agriculture? Listed below here. One is the number one is the preparation of soil for sowing. After sowing, the adding the manure and fertilizer for the proper growth. Then also irrigation required for the growth of the crop. Then after growth, we require also the protection from the weeds and the insect and the pests. Okay, for that purpose we are also using the chemicals. We will discuss later on also. Then the after maturity or their lifespan is completed, then harvesting is done. After harvesting, we will get the food material and we have to store it properly for a long term basis. These are all the practices we will discuss one by one in a next period. Okay, today we will stop here. Okay, thank you.